Yes, good greetings, my dear one. It is indeed a pleasure to be here with you this evening in this way. It is indeed a pleasure for all of us to attend your circle on these weekly nights. As you extend your thought upward into the realms of love and light, remember those who come to visit you from the invisible side, as you would call it, in your meeting. There are many here tonight who are sitting in on this to learn, as you are learning, to be a part of this circle and extend your love out to them and welcome them in love. There's a special one here tonight who will speak with you, and I would relinquish to this one now. My little one, it is with great love and joy that I come to you and speak with you tonight. I would like to speak with you on the subject of love. This is indeed a complexing thing to you on this planet, this love. With you, it is a word, and with your language, it has been distorted much. And with your understanding, it has been distorted much. Some of you talk of unconditional love, and I would say to you that if any conditioning is placed on love, it is not love. Love is completely unconditional in your language and in your thought, in your understanding. It is difficult for you to consider love when you struggle with the earth vibration, when you hear on your move of the murders and the many things that are happening, the wars that are going on, and as you go to work in your workplaces, there is bickering and strife among the people you are around. And this is not love, my dear one. And when in relationship you make a contract with each other, this again is a contract, and it is not divine love. It may be what you would term as physical love, but again, I say to you, I'm using this word in its truth and in complete sense. The word love is an all-encompassing thing. It is another word for life, because as in your Bible, John has said, God is love. And so, if we accept this premise, then you are created in the image and likeness of love. And in this sense, you are love. Also, you are created out of love and with love. Everything that you see is created out of love. As you see distortion on your lower dimensions, you think of it as good or bad. But my dear one, it is the life force that has been misunderstood. And when you think, how can I love? Give this a thought. How can I truly love? When you give of yourself in service to others with no thought of return, with no condition, then you are giving love. When the Master walked this plane and gave of himself with no conditioning, he walked in love. And he set an example for all of you to understand. The writings have been distorted to some degree, but most of it, the writings about the one you told Jesus, is intact. Some of it is distorted. But I would have you to consider his word and the way that he conducted his life. If you want an example to go by, you may go by this. There are many other beings that are Christed that gives an example to other people. When we think of love from your plane and in your writings, in your stories, it is mostly man and woman love or a relationship. And there is a difference in divine love and human love, as you would call it. When you make a contract to be with someone for a period of time, and it is a period of time because, and even when you say until death do us part, it is this incarnation. And if you stick with this partner until death do you part, this is a contract. And it is a testing time for you. It is a time of working out your differences between each other for the most part. Some of you may not like to hear this because you think of romance and love and want to make it more than it usually is. And this is good, that you want this to be true love. But for most, as you can see, with your divorce rate at 50% or more, it is not the lasting true love. It is not divine love. It is a contract made with two people to work out their differences, to work out their karma, you might say, and to help them to grow and to understand and to move into a higher state of consciousness. But when we, from these planes, speak of love, when we speak of life, we are speaking of love. Because God is life and God is love, and so life is love. On your dimension, it is difficult for you to extract yourself from the negativity at times that you have been conditioned with and that is going on all around you. And it is a great test for you to come into this physical plane and go through an incarnation and try to move upward in consciousness. I tell you, my dear ones, without love, you cannot move upward in consciousness. Love is the speed to all things. Love is the answer to all questions. Love is the healer of all ills. And it is the lack of love that causes any problem, so-called problem. It is the lack of love that brings bitterness between two individuals or misunderstanding. It is the lack of love that starts the wars and a departure from the true love that brings about strife of any kind on your planes. There may be questions tonight that you would like to ask, and if you would, let us give you the opportunity.
I do like questions.
Yes.
We told to the think that others like it really does. So how it relates to come back again to sort of lean right in Dory and not to what.
Yes. Yes, I understand your question too. To have a lifetime of peace and joy and fulfillment together. Is this correct? Yeah. Yes. Yes, it is not all negative. Your karma has two sides to it. And there are times when two come back to the physical plane to work out some things, must come together to reach the positive, loving karma and make it easier for each other to work out these things that they have to work out. They have worked out the problems between themselves and other incarnations and have resolved it and have understood the truth about it. And so when they come together in the physical, then there is harmony between them, and there is bliss, and it works together for good, for their incarnation, because they each lend their strength and their love to each other and bring about an opportunity to finish their sojourn on this physical plane. This is a blessing when two have come together and make an agreement before they're born to come together in this way, for it makes it much easier for them in their trials and tribulations that so many call your plane of working out your karma. Is this understandable?
Yeah.
Any other questions tonight? This is one that wishes not to give a name. A name is not always important. I've attended your meetings before, but this is the first time that I have spoken through this channel, and it is a little difficult for me because we have not masked our vibrations exactly. And so if you see a halting, pay no attention to it, but know that this channel is willing and doing the best that we can, and I am doing the best that I can. It is not always easy to communicate with you in this way. It is not always easy to match up the vibration between an entity in the physical and one on the other dimension. And sometimes we try out the different vibrations before we attempt this. Tonight we have stepped out in this way to see if it will work. And it seems to be working fairly well. But a name is not important. We are all one in God. We are all one in love. And when we come together in love and in one accord, then there is peace and harmony among us. Yes.
Right. I other than my sapati don't.
She could a little louder say for the faith.
I understand that for me, he's that night, he's in anything done, so he's not wondering how say many have the wise and men are going to my supplement.
Let me see. Someone is telling me that you're attending a class for this. Is this correct? Yes.
Hello, which religion's got but under it, sadly.
Yes. Be not concerned about this or strain to make it happen, but relax and let it happen in its own time. This class is good for some and will work for some, and for some it does not bring about the results that they had hoped for. It is a subtle train to bring back the memories from the higher dimensions, and sometimes it is not always the best. For when you travel at night, you are free of time and space, and you're free of the concepts of duality on the higher plane. And when you come back to your physical, it is difficult for you to then awaken to your physical world and go through your day on the physical plane when you have had such a beautiful time while your body was resting from you. And so it takes a state of growth, shall we say, to be able to remember this and cope with it. It would be difficult for some to remember the beautiful realms of love and light and then have to go through the physical. But I encourage you to continue to work with this and to raise your consciousness to the place that you can remember, for it will help you in your growth and it will help you in dealing with your physical plane. It is a matter of learning how to accept life as it is where you find it. And for you, this has not always been easy. Is this not true? Yes. And so, learning to accept your life in this incarnation, learning to be at peace within yourself about life as you find it here, will help you to remember the other dimension and then be able to cope with the memory, the beautiful memory of the planes of love and light, and come back and face this physical world for another day in your sojourn in this incarnation. Is this helpful to you, my dear?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, good.
The vibrous teacher in the that is nice of any of them, I'll see you take what I want.
Yes, the vibrations here are good. There is some skepticism sometimes in your minds, and this takes away from the making the contact as well. But there is not much skepticism in these Wednesday night groups. I have attended some of your Wednesday night classes and watched, and it is harmonious for the most part. And the way that you help is to send love into the contacts and into the channel and lend yourself to the vibrations of the group. Giving of yourself means to hold the thought of love and peace and harmony while you are here. Thinking not of anything outside this room would be helpful, and bringing your full attention to what is being said and to the vibrations or the streams, and allowing yourself to be at peace and be in harmonious thought with each other and with the group. Are there other thoughts? Question. As we speak of the subject of love tonight, it is one that is difficult for it is one that is difficult to bring through in your language, to communicate with you in words. It is much easier to communicate with you as might while you're resting from your body. When we communicate with thought, it is much easier to give to you a picture, a feeling, a mood, and the substance of love, project it to you as we would feeding you a meal. If we took you to dinner and had a nice dinner and you enjoyed the food, then you were fed and you felt good and harmonious. Love is the food of spirit, my dear ones. And when you can share love with each other, and when you can see an open channel for God's love to flow through to this plane and to all the universe, then you are partaking of the food for your soul and for your spirit, your spiritual entity self. It is a blessing to know love. It is very few on your plane while in the physical that truly know what love is and truly can define it and can live a life of love. But you are all working towards that point when you will be able to live a life of pure love and be the master of yourself and thus the master of your universe. As you move forward in your growth, in your experiences, you run up against obstacles that are difficult for you at times, and your small self comes forward with anger and with resentment or hurt feelings or whatever, and this is a departure from love. And a departure from love, my dear one, is only a departure from understanding who you truly are, understanding what life is, because then you truly understand that life is love. Then you have the full understanding, no matter what happens around you or to you, you still can love. You do not have to defend yourself. You do not have to be a doormat for someone. This is not love. This is letting someone take advantage of you. And so many people think that submitting to someone's wishes against their will is love. And this is not love. This is a departure from understanding what love is all about. Are there any other questions?
Then love legitimately on that flaw.
In love, my dear ones, you need not defend yourself because you see, when you are living a life of love, nothing outside of love can come nigh you. This may seem difficult for you to understand, but you see, one who is living a life of love, as the one you call Jesus, the love protected him until he allowed himself to be crucified. He predicted it and allowed it and went through this experience for an example. But there were many times that the soul of yours comes to taste him and he just disappeared from sight because he had this power, because he was love incarnate. We attract all the things that come to us, you see. And if something that we think is that we have to defend ourselves from, we have attracted that to us for some lesson to learn. But when you are living a life of love, and sometimes I see some of your thoughts that this is almost impossible, and my dear ones, I do understand that it seems almost impossible from your plane, but you are on your way to moving into this consciousness where you will